Now, while all this is happening, there's been plenty in the rumor mill about, okay, what are the possibilities with another 10-time All-Star and an NBA champion in Anthony Davis? Now, over the recent weeks, Grant, there's been reports out there from The Athletic. You've talked about this. The Mavs are expected to continue to listen to offers on Davis in the coming weeks. Their front office doesn't feel like it must deal Davis before the deadline. League sources are saying that Davis's representatives do not believe there's an extension agreement to be had with the Mavericks in the upcoming offseason. So I see this Giannis news and I'm thinking, okay, how does that impact the AD market in all this? And what's the latest that you're hearing about this situation?
Yeah, so this has been an interesting roller coaster, right? And it was really peaking and starting to pick up some steam about a month ago, let's say. And then AD gets hurt again. And this injury is something that it's really hard to determine what the length of time is. You hear multiple things. Obviously, they put out there that it's about a month and a half injury. And so it's definitely not something that's going to end his season. Some are more skeptical of that. So that is definitely convoluted the conversation about Anthony Davis. But despite what people might have said, like, there isn't a dead market for Anthony Davis. There are teams that are still very much interested. The question is Dallas willing to take a good enough offer at the deadline and move on, or are they going to wait to the offseason as well? That is always the big question. If you wait to the offseason, more teams are involved potentially, but also gives them a chance to get a little bit more clarity about where their pick is. All these different things that might actually play a factor into what is what are they trying to do with an Anthony Davis move. Even if it doesn't say, hey, now we have these amazing offers, but maybe it gives them a little bit more clarity. So that is an option. So I would say at this point, I thought it was really, really a high likelihood he was going to get moved by the deadline. But the injury and now Giannis has made it a little tougher to even predict that. And I might be leaning at this point maybe towards him being moved in the offseason rather than the deadline, with still, maybe it's 50-50, let's say. I'm not saying that it's out of the question. But Giannis coming into the picture now, and honestly, he's been in the picture for a while, and teams have been a little hesitant to do anything and push the chips in because they just thought maybe Giannis is available, and now it looks like Giannis is. So this now makes it much more complicated because teams really want to get a chance to say, hey, like, do I get Giannis? Do I actually have a chance at Giannis here? Because if so, I'm sorry, AD, like, I'm going for this guy. And so that now makes all the markets stall. And we have seen this many years in the past where if a star becomes available or people think he's going to be available, everything stalls out because everyone's attention turns to that. So if Giannis does get moved at the deadline, we might see a whirlwind of moves, and maybe Anthony Davis is part of that. Or maybe the Mavs just say, listen, like, maybe I'm not going to get the best offer possible because Giannis is still out there, but maybe there's a team that's opportunistic that says, hey, let's just make something work, and it happens. I think Toronto, again, is a team that you can eyeball when it comes to something like for Anthony Davis. There's somebody they're a team that's just really been out there and trying to find a piece that really fits with Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram. So they're a team for sure to keep an eye on. But again, as long as Giannis is out there, as long as the big fish is out there, it's going to be hard for anyone to make a move.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.